record.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this emotional aromatherapy webinar that Sabrina and I are sharing with you. We thought that this would be an amazing time of year to share with you about all the oils that you can use to enhance your emotional well-being. So being Christmas time and summertime and a time that is very out and lots of energy and lots of family and sometimes a lot of overwhelm and stress can come in. So I know for me personally and also with Sabrina that we've used the oil so much for our emotional life. So we wanted to be able to share that with you and also to give you some amazing ideas for gifts over these holidays, because we can't think of anything better than to share the gift of these beautiful oils. So Sabrina and I are both working mamas. We both have little ones, and we're really excited to share with you today a little bit more about the emotional side of the essential oils. And using essential oils for emotional well-being, as you can see here, is something that you can do for yourself, but also with your family too, and with your little ones. I know that my son, who is 10, really loves the essential oils for his emotional well-being too. So it's a whole family situation, which is great.
Perfect. Let me take you through a little bit of the history on aromatherapy before we get straight into the different oils that you can use to support your mood. So in terms of the term aromatherapy and just the use of essential oils, it's actually nothing new. The essential oils, they have been used for so many thousands of years, really in ancient cultures, for example, in Greece, in Rome, in China, and India. Everyone, they already knew how powerful these oils are to influence our emotions, and that's also one of the key reasons why they were used for rituals and religious practices during those times. But only within the 20th century, the actual term of aromatherapy was kind of officially coined or made up or talked about. And then in the 1990s, we've had a lot of research on essential oils and on how they can impact on our emotions. So, it's not just some woo-woo kind of things that are happening and that hippies use, but it's actually a lot of science behind it and real applicability, lots of research papers that are, constantly being published on those topics as well. So let me tell you just a little bit on the science. This is a topic we could be talking about for days, but, not many might understand all of the details. And, certainly Lauren and I, we're also not the chemical experts of this. But one of the things that you might know is that each essential oil has its own unique chemical makeup. And you may have heard that some essential oils are more used, for example, for cleaning, and others are used for their beneficial properties in terms of our skin or, whatever that might be. And that depends on their chemical makeup. So when it comes to the aromatherapy, essential oils are used to create specific emotional responses depending on, again, their chemical makeup. So how does this really work in the brain? So you are often smelling, the aromatic benefits, so you're smelling the oil, and when that essential oil is inhaled, it travels through your nose and it gets processed in the portion of our brain that's responsible for controlling our sense of smell. And the limbic brain is also actually regulating our heartbeat, our hormones, and a whole heap of other things. So this is a really powerful part of our brain. And from there, this aromatic pathway connects the scent to the part of our brain where our memories and experiences are stored. So as we are experiencing the aroma, the memories are triggered and an emotional response is given. So this is pretty much the basics, how this is. And in terms of a personalized experience, just be aware that everyone has different memories and life experience. So each of us will have a little bit of a different response to using essential oils for managing our emotions. And no two people will have the same exact response to an oil. But if you use the correct oils, it's super easy to manage the mood and emotions using those aromas. And another thing is, why if my slide goes to the next one, here we go. Why would you use essential oils to manage the mood? There's probably a whole heap of other tools that you could think of, but three main reasons that I want to cover with you today. First of all, the essential oils are natural and are safe to use. So, I mean, if you have something natural and safe, why wouldn't you use that? That's, I think, a no-brainer. And the essential oils won't cause any harmful problems or endanger your health or body, and they're super safe and a simple way to deal with complex emotions that are constantly changing. The essential oils help us to generate a super quick response, and in many cases you can actually start feeling the calming or soothing or uplifting effects of the essential oil already at the time when you are taking that lid off your bottle and when you're actually smelling the essential oil or when you're applying it to your skin. So super quick response. And again, mentioned this before, but it's a super simple way to manage the emotions. You might think of what are other things to help you do that. So for example, a nice yoga class, or you go on a holiday, or you're talking to a friend or to a counselor. These alternatives aren't always right there when you have the need to have that emotional response. You might be at work, you might be just in some situation where you just can't just go on a holiday, fly off. So you can very easily just grab your essential oil and get that super quick response and just help yourself be empowered that you have something that you can go to, and not just for yourself but also for your family, loved ones and friends. So yeah, lots of reasons why you would want to use the essential oils.
And one thing just to add to that, if I can, when you're using the essential oils, you're always breathing. So breathing is one of the fastest ways to change our mood as well. And when you couple that with the essential oils, like you're saying, Sabrina, you just have to take the lid off and smell them. So with the lid off and just smelling, you are breathing it in. So I just think that's such a powerful combination, is our breath work, which soothes our nervous system so much, with the essential oils is incredible. So how we use the essential oils, we can use them aromatically, which is doing that, breathing them in. You can just do it from the bottle, or you can put a drop in your palm and breathe it in. You also can obviously use them aromatically through your diffuser, which is a very safe way to have those essential oils coming into the brain and into the rest of your body. You can use the essential oils topically, and it's great to use them topically and dilute them with doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. That's a way that I use the oils quite a lot. And then you can use the oils internally. So we wouldn't recommend that for little ones, but certainly there are many ways that you can use the oils internally, and there are many essential oils that you can take internally as well. So Sabrina and I would both be happy to go into that a little bit more with you at another time too. But yeah, aromatically, topically, and internally. And here we have the emotional aromatherapy wheel, which is really fascinating. So there are 6 emotional aromatherapy oils, and each one is very different. So you can see some are more resiny and from the trees, some are more herby, spicy, citrusy, mints and florals, and they all relate to different emotions. So you probably can't see very clearly on this wheel, but it does say, like in the florals, if you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling hurt, that could be the one to go to. Or if you're feeling sad, or you're feeling anxious, there's another. That's such a wonderful chart to use, especially when you're just starting out, because it gives you a clear idea, and then you develop your own intuition with these oils, and that is pretty amazing. You know which ones that you like. But doTERRA have been very specific and crafted these beautiful oils for our emotions, and they are just stunning. So I think that's going to lead us into our oils. Yeah. So Motivate. This was one of the first essential oils that I got, actually, with my starter kit. And it is still one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. So it's quite pepperminty. I always said peppermint and citrus, but then, when I looked closer, there is those beautiful herbs in there as well, like the coriander and the basil, and then melissa, which is just such a stunning oil. But this combination, everybody loves it. I carry my roller bottle of Motivate with me everywhere. And I use it quite a lot in the end of my yoga classes. I'll roll it on the hands of students and they breathe it in because they're ready to go out in the world again. And I find it incredibly uplifting, this oil. So this is one for your handbag, the roller, but it's also beautiful diffused as well. So promoting feelings of confidence and energy and like it says there, courage and belief. It's a beautiful one for little people too. I love it. And the next one that I'm going to talk about is doTERRA's Cheer. And as it says, it's an uplifting blend. This was also one of the first ones that I got. And it really is similar in a way to Wild Orange, like happiness in a bottle. It is a very bright oil. It is a great oil for this time of year as well. So is Motivate, by the way, when you're needing that like extra energy to get through the party or the Christmas day or whatever it is. But Cheer is a beautiful oil to create that feeling of like hope and being uplifted and a high vibration. So elevating your emotions. And what a beautiful oil to use when you're already feeling good. And then you have that association with it. So I think this is a perfect oil for this time of year. And having the clove and the orange and the nutmeg and the vanilla, it's just stunning. And again, in the roller, this is a beautiful one. And my nephew, who is 5, absolutely loves this. He takes the top off and just thinks it's so funny that it's called cheer. So he instantly feels like it makes him happy just smelling it, which is really cute. And then the next one is Forgive. And again, I just love this combination of bergamot, juniper berry, myrrh, arbor vitae, and thyme. And for me, again, I use the roller and I'm often rolling this on my heart, and it's very intuitive when I feel like I need to have those feelings of, it's like a big exhale for me, actually, forgive. So I can just settle my whole nervous system and feeling those sense of more peace and more easefulness. But also, you know, it is really good when you are feeling like you've been really hard on yourself and you do need to have that moment of just forgiving yourself, or you feel like you've been struggling in a personal relationship and you've got this little bottle that you can roll on and just have that instant smell and connection with everything's going to be okay. And I do have the capacity to open my heart, and I do have the capacity to forgive and actually be present with what is happening right now. So it is gorgeous. And actually, I just very briefly mentioned that there was an oncologist that Sabrina and I saw talking at the doTERRA convention. And she was saying how she had started diffusing the emotional aromatherapy oils in her clinic with her workers that were treating patients with cancer. And Forgive actually came up as the one that people found most beneficial being diffused to help with their mood. And I remember her saying, gosh, if every house just had a diffuser and these emotional aromatherapy oils, how different the world would be. And I truly, from my heart, believe that if we all just had a diffuser and some of these oils, what a difference it would make. So
couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. That was such a good presentation by the oncologist. And I remember she was talking specifically around, you know, compassion fatigue with her workers that are just, you know, delivering those heartbreaking news day after day to the families, and, you know, how they cope. And yeah, it was so interesting. We'll have to do another webinar, I think, just on that topic, on the research findings from her. So another blend, and that's one of my favorites. I love all of the different spices. And so, you know, this is just kind of the perfect blend for me, is the Passion blend, the Inspiring blend. And this is already diluted in fractionated coconut oil, because there's quite a few of the hot oils in there, cinnamon and clove, for example. But also the beautiful floral jasmine and sandalwood, just really, really nice to help promote feeling, you know, to be inspired when you might feel bored, or you're not knowing exactly like what's the next steps, what's my purpose. So I don't know, I love it around the Christmas time just because of the spice combinations. It reminds me of Christmas, but also maybe think of this as once, the new year has come around and you might have set a New Year's resolution, or however you call that, within your household, a goal. And if you, after a few weeks or a few months, kind of feel, why am I doing this? And you need that extra kick in the bum, or, however you want to call this, then the Passion Blend, the Inspiring Blend, is actually a beautiful one to use. And there's also a hand cream with the passion oil, if that's something to just kind of remind you to keep using it. So another beautiful way to have that. And the passion, also different kind of passion to ignite or reignite that. So just keep that in mind as well.
Absolutely.
Then Console, the Comforting Blend. This is an oil I actually wish I had with me today. I was just saying to Lauren, my yoga teacher is moving to a different city, and I felt so sad today. And I really wanted to have some console just to comfort me, to say everything's okay, you will find a different yoga teacher, it's not the end of the world. So this is super comforting. And when you kind of feel sad or disappointed, but also maybe in a more serious context, why would we want to have an oil like that, particularly around the Christmas time? Christmas is a time where emotions are high, and yes, there's going to be lots of stress and happiness and all of the excitement around it, but you might also be thinking of a person that's not there this year for Christmas. So that's a really beautiful oil. If that's something that's deeply impacting you, that you might want to grab and have close by and have at hand. And then the final one, in terms of our 6 emotional aromatherapy blends, is Peace, the Reassuring Blend. So beautiful oils in there, lavender, ylang-ylang, vetiver, marjoram. You might recognize these ones if you've looked into essential oils for a little while. They are beautiful calming oils as well. So, particularly lavender and vetiver, we often talk about when we talk about sleep. Clary sage is super beautiful, to balance our hormones. So this is a blend I have in a roller bottle, and I often use on my little one as well, right? And you can add that as a sleeping oil. So, if I was away and it would be, I don't have all of my oils with me, that's a great one, just a combination of the florals, but also, some of the mints and so on to use. So really beautiful one.
Gosh, I just going through that, it's so nice just to look at all those combination of oils in each of those emotional blends. They're so stunning, aren't they? They've just put together the most beautiful combination of oils. So here you can see that there is the Touch collection, which means that they are pre-diluted in fractionated coconut oil and in a roller bottle. Or are they all diluted in fractionated coconut oil, Sabrina, in the Touch kit? Do you know, or is it just some of them? I think it's all of them, isn't it?
They are all diluted, yeah.
Yeah, they're all diluted. And this makes it such an easy way to be able to use them and apply them. So this is why these are so great to have in your handbag and to be able to carry around with you. I know Sabrina uses the Touch collection a lot with her little girl, Sophia, and my sister uses them a lot on my nephew, and they love them. I use them too. And yeah, like I was saying, having them motivating my bag is great. And also I just wanted to say briefly that these make such a great gift. So if you wanted to get the whole emotional aromatherapy Touch collection, you could give one oil each to a family member. And I'm sure if I looked at all these oils, I could go, okay, yeah, I'll give Motivate to, whoever, and Cheer for this person and Peace for this person. What a beautiful gift to be giving people. So there you have it. We have them all in the 5 ml bottles, and then we have this beautiful Touch collection as well. And what's the best way to get the emotional aromatherapy oils and an amazing gift? So Sabrina and I wanted to walk you through how you can package up getting the aromatherapy oils, and then also doTERRA is gifting such a beautiful oil this month in December, which is frankincense. Now, frankincense is retailed at $114, and I think wholesale it's around $88 or $90. But it is one of my absolute favorites. It's one of my go-to everyday oils, and I'll just briefly say a few things about how I use it, which is, firstly, I use it every morning, a drop in my palm, I breathe it in, and it's my practice as a way of calling myself present for the day, and also starting the day in an energetic vibration that I would like it to continue. So I don't want to just get out of bed and suddenly be in like the rat race. I want to take a moment. And I've got to say, mamas and just busy women out there, you can do one drop in your palm, rub it together, breathe it in. Like, you may not be able to sit for 20 minutes in meditation, and you may have a little person that needs you, but one drop, it's just beautiful. And then the other way that I use it every day is in my skincare. So you'll see in a moment, we're going to take you through, but doTERRA make a beautiful skincare range. And so I pop a drop of frankincense in my skincare, and my face has changed so much from using frankincense. It is divine. So yeah, Sabrina, I know you have other things to say. It's known as the king of the oils, so there's so many uses. But yeah.
Yeah, I also I also love it in my skincare. And then in terms of sleep, I often combine it with other oils, whether that might be another calming oil like lavender, or a combination with Breathe or the Easy Air blend. It's really, really nice there to just kind of, relax your system. And it's also beautiful for the immune system, to support the immune system. So again, like little people, lots of germs in childcare and school and so on. And, what an honor in a way to put such a beautiful oil on yourself, on your little ones, and every day. Such a pure and just precious oil, right? It's also, yes, it's called the king of oils, but it used to be referred to as liquid gold in the olden times as well.
Yeah, we are so lucky to have this oil. I have used every essential oil I think is out there, and I'm telling you, nothing compares to doTERRA's oils. And I wasn't aligned with any company, but finding these oils has been such a blessing. But this in particular, you take the lid off 2 different frankincenses, and this is just so special. The way that they harvest it and their whole ethics and values around it make it such a beautiful oil. So, and it's a gift this month. How exciting is that?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we don't have time to go into it now, but if you have some questions around, where does doTERRA source their oils and what does the entire supply chain look like, we could talk about that for days. That is such a beautiful part of, the doTERRA business model as such, and not trying to get, the most and exploit anyone along the supply chain, but really create so many beautiful opportunities for, even starting from the people that are planting the plants and are harvesting the trees and so on. And it's just gorgeous what opportunities they are creating out there in the world for so many different people and so many lives that they're touching. All right, let's talk a little bit about how actually, we've made you all excited about the frankincense and about the emotional aromatherapy range. How can you get them? A couple of different options. If you are not with Lauren or myself, or with anyone in doTERRA already, and you want to get started with your doTERRA oils, then the best way to do that is to sign up with an emotional aromatherapy enrollment kit. So what that means is you will already get with that kit, the diffuser. You will have your 6 oils that we just presented to you. Not only that, but you will also have access to 25% off any future purchase that you may want to make. There is no obligations to make any purchases. There's no minimum orders or anything like that, so don't think you're locked in. Both of us, Lauren and I, we know you will want to buy some more oils because they're absolutely gorgeous. So when you do that, you get 25% off the retail prices, and you have access to our exclusive teams and to additional trainings that we're offering, and into the doTERRA community, which is such a huge part of that entire experience. So you're not left alone with this, and the webinar is not the last thing that you will hear from us, but this is the first step in to connect with us and to get our guidance, mentorship, and tap into that community of other like-minded users. So now in order to get your free frankincense for this month, as we said, that beautiful gift, we combined the enrollment kit for the emotional aromatherapy range with the spa range that doTERRA has. And we added in there the beautiful detoxifying mud mask that they have, the body wash, the body scrub, and the body butter. Beautiful for yourself. Lauren has them, I have them, we use them all the time. They're just so gorgeous. You know, this is such an easy way to reducing your toxic load. Again, a different topic that we could talk about for hours. You know, do your hormones and do yourself a favor and throw out those rubbish products with artificial fragrances that are just messing up your hormone system. And doTERRA makes it so easy to make that switch onto a beautiful product that not only has beautiful ingredients in it, but also smells so beautifully and just is so gorgeous in our skin. You know, I could talk about this for hours, but I will hand over to Lauren for the next ones.
So this is great for those of you who already have your oils and have your wholesale account. So you can get the emotional aromatherapy kit, which, yeah, is so beautiful, plus the spa range, plus the free frankincense with that combination, which, how incredible is that? For $366 to get those 6 beautiful oils, which again could be lovely gifts. And then that spa range also, I'm giving lots of those as gifts this Christmas time because they are, as Sabrina was saying, so beautiful. And then you get the free frankincense. So that's a nice combination for those of you that already have your wholesale account. And then we've put together just a couple more for you. So here's the emotional aromatherapy kit and the lifelong vitality. So both Sabrina and I take the lifelong vitality, and interestingly, it's actually doTERRA's #1 selling product. Now, these are the supplements it said that, you know, everyone wanted to make, but were considered too expensive until doTERRA came along and said, no, we want to make the supplements that people really want with the ingredients that are really needed. And I'm telling you, these are absolutely amazing. So if you haven't tried the lifelong vitality, we could also do, and we probably should, Sabrina, do a whole thing on the lifelong vitality, just explaining a little bit more about them. But they are the most fantastic supplements. I have taken so much in my life, and I'm so happy now to be just concentrating on taking those. So get yourself lifelong vitality now for this whole holiday period and for the new year. And if you take this in a time where we are, you know, drinking alcohol or eating food that we may not ordinarily eat, and it is a time of some indulgence. So to be able to have, which is awesome, but to have that lifelong vitality is like your basis, I think is amazing. And then of course, yes, you get the free frankincense, which if you look at that $375, frankincense is worth $115. So it's just amazing. And then the final combination that we have for you, I love this, is the emotional aromatherapy touch, which again, my God, such amazing gifts right there. And this Virage skincare range has just changed my skin so much. It is actually one of the things that really drew me to doTERRA as well, besides the community and the essential oils. I really was sick of putting things on my face that I didn't understand. Like, I just didn't get the ingredients at all. This is such a clean range. There is such little you know, there's nothing in there basically that is harmful or that is disturbing your hormones. It feels amazing. I know Sabrina is in total agreement. And it's in this moisturizer that I put the frankincense, plus the clay mask, which is so great. So I love this package. And I think for $285, you know, when I just remember going to buy skincare that was $285 for like 3 things, like a cleanser, a moisturizer, and something else, you know, and this is such a beautiful combination. So I love, love, love this one. So that's what we have for you in terms of the packages. And Sabrina and I would both be so happy to chat with you about any questions that you have about the emotional range, about the packages and how you will put it together and what you do. So to contact us would be the next thing. And if I've invited you here or you found out about this through me, contact Lauren at thelifepod.com. and Sabrina is Sabrina at missionwellbeing.com. Is it .au, honey? I can't see it on the screen.
Yes,
I think it
.au.
is .au. So either of us are more than happy to help you and to welcome you into this incredible community, because as Sabrina was saying, it is such a beautiful holding, and there is so many women and mamas in this space that want to help and support and choose a different way. And there is a better way to do all of this. And these emotional aromatherapy oils is just one piece of that, but they are truly beautiful. And we hope that we can help you to get started with that.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thanks, honey.